Comfort zone missing. Now, we all know that history repeats itself. If you don't know your history, it will definitely repeat. Okay? Now, what happens here is we got Jay-Z, Drake, Beyonce. We have Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Jermaine, Tanya Cummings, Blue Ivy, Catherine Jackson, Beyonce's mother and father, and Joe Jackson. Let's hear how this history is repeating. Now, something happened. I'm going to go ahead and say my father wrote a song back in the 80s, but it starts out in the 70s. The timeline or the time period of the beginning of the song. And it talks of a baby that's in the hospital for no apparent reason. That would be me in the history. And who is that today? Blue Ivy. It talks about a little girl. Or I talk about a little girl who was born to a celebrity because they like to have him molested. Well, just so happened he got a grown woman pregnant. And here I am. But my mother was married. Now, she used to want to sing because she sings very well. She hasn't told me that she used to want to sing, but I can tell by how good she sings. Now, she likes to sing a genre of music, pretty opera-like. Catherine likes to sing country. If I'm not mistaken, Beyonce's mother wanted to sing. If not, she wanted to be something with the stars. What? Outfit creator? But let's get back to it. Now, Janet Jackson, Beyonce's mother, my mother, Catherine Jackson, and Beyonce all have something in common. They all have something in common. What would that be? They like silver. They like shiny pickle nickels. They try to create shiny pickle nickels with men outside of their marriage. Or just men, period. Now, we're not sure if my mother created any more of those Jacksons. But we do know that I'm her shiny pickle nickel. Blue Ivy is Beyonce's shiny pickle nickel. Blue Ivy is Beyonce's shiny pickle nickel. And Beyonce is her mother's shiny pickle nickel. Janet is her mother's shiny pickle nickel. And Janet's first daughter with the DeBarges was supposed to be a shiny pickle nickel. And right about now, Janet has a shiny pickle nickel named Billionaire. Boy. Now, you have to remember the music industry only likes to pick from certain families. Babies out that pickle nickel. Because the best pickle nickel so far is my father, Michael Jackson. And he made a pickle nickel and it's me. But see, he told me don't talk. And he saved me from the music industry because they came to see me. But they got Janet. I'm not jealous. My daddy said it's not safe. And I wasn't safe with my mama. So I didn't listen to her. Or else I'd have been talking, singing, dancing, and swinging to this day for her. That's why you hear about her talking bad about me. Or how about you ask her when she was between 20 and 23, did she have sex with an 8-year-old and an 8 or 9-year-old boy that got her pregnant? And how she got her sister to do the same thing. Now all these people, let's say who got a good shiny pickle nickel. Michael Jackson was a good nickel. Janet was a good nickel, but not quite Michael, so they don't probably treat her that good. Although they are benefiting off of her. Now, Beyonce is a pickle nickel, but is she a good pickle nickel? Let's see. She was sold to Jay-Z. He's supposed to be a new gatekeeper. They gave him a little bit of sell to Jay-Z. But what if someone else owns her and Jay-Z is her fiddler? Kunta Kinte. They come in female genders too. Okay, so now you saw that. But what you didn't see was me. Blue Ivy in that hospital, she must have been asking some good questions after all this shit got on the news. And she must have accidentally showed how she did not agree with the behavior of her parents. Now, they must have told her something real bad to make her get that fever, beat that ass, I don't know. Got her mind in the subconscious world. Laying in that bed, just like me. I woke up, and they've been trying to kill me ever since. That baby needs protecting, even from the mama. Because the mama's busy. Probably won't let her in there because the machines go off when the mama comes in. You can smell her perfume. You can smell her coochie. Oh, we all know how our mother smells. What you're smelling or not, you don't know. Now, I am also a product of incest. So this happens inside the music industry too, because they didn't care. And if we're not careful, we don't really know if I'm Janet's niece or if I'm Janet's sister. Do we? Supposedly 2 years apart, might be twins, huh? Oh, my brother has a twin that's written up as 1 year apart. My grandmother had a twin that seemed to disappear, but she looks a lot like Catherine's mother. Put her in another generation, too. They'll have twins and then put one twin in the other generation. That's what happened to Janet if she's supposedly in a confusing relationship with her brother. That would be the confusing issue. They don't really say, do they? Well, it might be because she's my sister, and if I say I'm his daughter, then you can't do that, can you? Now, Michael Jackson also wrote some other history in that song about that baby in the hospital. That was in the 70s. He comes up to the 80s to tell me don't have a baby. Next thing you know, the song's talking about my mama on Facebook, rubbing shoulders and calls her mouth a motor, slandering the baby. But she could never get him to hate her. That's me. So then you get over there, and they mention Billie Jean in that song only once. And her name is spelled G-E-N-E. So you get over to the Billie Jean song, and you realize that Jean's name is J-E-A-N. But they both named Billie. You better get to the fact that sometimes your last name is written first. But what if Billie is a female form of bully? Sex bully. Then you get in there and you realize Michael Jackson was in some kind of sex game as a child. The reason I know he was a child is because at the end of the song there was a baby born, and I'm going to say that's my cousin, only 6 months younger than me. But he's my brother, wouldn't he? Because I described his mama in the first line of the song. She was more like movie queen from a movie scene. So more like, meaning she didn't act really slutty like a Playboy bunny might act. She's real beautiful, like a movie star. And she has etiquette, cause Nene don't play that. So she could put on a good old dress and look like she stepped out the movies. You better ask somebody. Monty could have been the movie star, the bunny, or the model. Singer? No. But guess what? He said that the game was rigged. Now he said there was all kind of men in there wanted to be in that round and dance with her in that round. Rounds are games. Like a boxing round. How many rounds do you last? Now, at the beginning of the song, my auntie named Billy Jean, she told him that he was going to be the one that will dance on the floor in the round. What round is that? Now, you have to realize that this is a freak off. Mother always told me, be careful what you do. My mama told me, don't let no man take you to church. And set me up. At the last second, there was a man in the car, not the wife and the daughters that normally come pick me up. Sound like she learned that from Catherine. Mother always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do, for someone is loving you, and the lies become the truth. Well, that's him saying that his mother knew he was lying, and the truth will come out. And Billie Jean's not my lover. Well, the thing is that we came out sort of illy-formed. But we were fixed. See, the three of us was supposed to be a package. Or at least, yeah, Julian, Janet, and I. Whatever her name. I don't know if that's still her, if we switch names or not. But the thing is either she's my aunt or she's my sister. Which means twin. Okay? To who? I don't know. Me or Julia. Probably me. Because that's how I remember it. I can't really remember Julian being these things, what he was, but we would be separated all the time. But it wasn't like when we was going to that babysitter sort of separation. It was, because I was having fun with my father, I guess. But sometimes I'd be with Janet, and Julian wouldn't be there, so I guess he'd be with the boys. Maybe he was with his father at that time. See how that works? He was only 10. How could he have two babies at once? So that explains that. But let's say this. I was born premature. So on my first interview, they really liked me, but they was concerned about my size. And would I be sickly? So maybe the first one I didn't speak. And so then the second one, I changed their mind. So they called those people back from the first one. He says, oh no, she talks. She sings and dances and everything. She remembers a lot. But that's when my daddy must have saw. Because he knows what's happened to him. And I got a coochie and a booty. They brought coochie to the booty. Probably brought penis too. You don't know. You don't. Till Diddy shows it. All out loud. But see, maybe let me get back. So now we know that Blue Ivy has a daddy named Drake and Tanya has a daddy named Michael Jackson. And we've both been sick all of a sudden. Now, I was really sickened when I decided to come up out of being pretending I was someone, because that makes you go into like a sleep. And when I learned that Mr. Cummings put me in a whole bunch of things that my daddy probably would not have. And then you learn, because you didn't learn that all the other kids at school don't do these things. So it bends your brain when you realize that maybe your real daddy wouldn't have done you like that. That's why Jay-Z didn't put no babies in there. Can he pimp out his own babies? Not like the Jacksons. Apparently. He can pimp out Beyonce's baby and Drake's baby. Was Drake tricked into doing that? Possibly. He's under some situation where he can't speak much. He'll just send condolences. And he knows it's his baby. So whatever happens on that happened to my father, except for he was even much younger. So whatever they do, it works on older people too. Now, but how old was Drake when he was with Beyonce? Was he underage? Is that why you sign away your baby? Because your mama says she ain't gonna raise your baby? Not too many boy mamas raise the baby. Just the girl mamas. If you can't feed your baby, yeah, then don't have a baby, yeah. And don't say maybe, yeah, if you can't feed your baby, yeah. Because see, he couldn't feed me. Because he didn't even have control over his own millions. So he couldn't even feed himself with his own money, could he? What a wicked web we weave. When first we get little kids to conceive for adults. I'm here to tell you, you can get some of this blood. Now that common grandmama is named Grant. We must have got some really good Upshaws and some really good Glen plantations of fiddlers and actresses, do-gooders, leaders like me and Ivy. But apparently, we would have led people in the direction that the music industry doesn't care for. Unless we're in control. And they like it like that. Well, Blue Ivy must have displayed some sort of out of control behavior that was very slight. How do you spell my daddy? His name. Let's just see. I turned it off. We'll turn it back on. And I'll read it myself this time instead of the computer. So that you can see who this person is. It's not an imagination. It's not an A motherfucking I. And it ain't go Nate on me. I wonder how much trouble you get in when you don't get rid of the kid. Do you? Andale la pues, por favor. Oh. Got French, Michele and Janet know French. I don't know who else. Now, I tried that, and it should be not doing that anymore, should it? No one knows who I am. And we didn't know who Blue Ivy was either, till he came out of the hospital. Did he come out for me? There was no internet to exploit it? There's people in that music industry who know exactly who I am. No one knows who I am. Allow me to introduce myself, by Tanya L. Cummings. Who I am is a long-lost family secret. Well, I found it. For it wasn't lost, it was just tucked away. You know, for safekeeping, or shall I say keeping me safe. The grown-ups tricked me. One night I fell asleep watching Hee Haw with my daddy and his brothers. I would refer to them as big kids. Next thing I knew, I was in Chicago, no longer in Gary. I cried as I ran over to the TV, crying, begging the big kids to come back out the TV. Come back out and get me. Because they had been in before. I was very confused. They taught me the TV shows were not real. That it was fake stories with actors and singers. I had questions and was hushed, telling me the whole thing was fake. Like baby dolls and toy trucks. I asked, if it's fake, why do they shrink real people and put them in the TV? Because I'm a little young girl. And then I asked, why do they not come back, get big, and get out the TV? I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Meanwhile, I'm not in TV. Now, they left me with the mean lady named Michele. Michele is my mother, and she doesn't like me or want me. In fact, I think she hates me to this day, and I don't know why. Why do I feel like I am no longer who I really am, who I am now, and why I am? Why am I? I'm no longer who I really am. Who am I now, and why am I? They tried real hard to beat me out of me. I decided to pretend not to be me, to be who they tell me I am, and what they tell me I no longer am. Then one day I decided my name must be Micheal, since for some unknown reason I knew a name song. One day unexpectedly I started singing it. You see, I was learning songs to spell people's names in the family. I then asked how to spell my daddy's name. Michele laughed and asked me, what is your daddy's name? I started singing. My name is Micheal, I got a pickle, shiny as a nickel. When I get married, I'll already have a newborn baby. But I said, I'll already have a newborn baby. When I saw Michele was flabbergasted is an understatement when I say that. How did you learn that song? Asked Michele. I answered, I don't know. I think you sing it. You sing it, Michele, because my daddy's name is Micheal. Michele started laughing so hard and said, how would you know? I said, because you have a brother named Micheal too. I said, there are two Micheals. One is your brother and the other one is my daddy, the one you want to marry. That is when my nana said, I told you not to be writing songs and singing them in place of a lullaby. Suddenly laughter filled the room. I started singing it again, to see what was so funny. I had never laughed at the song. They fussed at me and told me not to mention it again, that the song about my daddy is nasty, and I started to feel some type of way, unable to describe it then, but I felt bullied, teased, and shut up as well as shut down. I was punished to never sing again. Sometimes I forget, other times I sneak and sing it. Every time I took a beating with electric cords and punished, Michele taught me, my little sister, to sing it, and she said she sings it better, even though she says Chinese a pickle. And she made us sing it for the rest of my childhood. Do you know me yet? I would think not. You see, Michele was in her 20s, and my daddy was a little boy, 8 or 9 years old. Not to mention the fact that Michele is related to both Micheals. The other Micheal is my father. The other Micheal, my father, is cousins to Michele. I say Michele being that it was what they raised me to call her. I guess the age difference plus my daddy was a boy, there was no marriage. Not to mention Michele's grandmother is sister to my daddy's grandmother on his mother's side and her mother's side. Not long after, Annie went into the TV. Then I learned 5 years old, I was put on an airplane to see my daddy. When I turned 5, I should say. My daddy was not there. There was a Mr. Lawrence Cummins with the same name as me. I knew he wasn't my daddy. I became confused since he had my name. He was mean and nasty. He wanted me and the new brother to be in the bed with him and his wife. Her name was Shirley. My new brother's name is Derek. It was a big family meeting announcing the sex sleeping arrangement. Shirley was against it and was beat like she was a cave woman for it. I hated my new daddy. I went back to Chicago the very next day from Los Angeles, Inglewood to be exact, where I was so very close to my real daddy, the little boy and the big kids, my uncles. I waited for them because I knew TV people be in Los Angeles. I didn't think he would know. I don't think he knew I was there. My daddy was working with his uncles, with my uncles. My auntie stopped appearing with my daddy to be funny with his brothers. You know, come up and see me sometime. Oh, that looked kind of nasty to me. I ain't never seen her act like that. Looked kind of like that Playboy bunny. I would see her sometimes. Then I never saw her again. They put her back in the TV on Good Times. I cried for her, and I cried confused that my real auntie was in the TV with a burn on her arm. It was the worst thing I ever saw. Then she blamed the baby doll and hit on it, just like she blamed me for coloring ugly in the coloring book. I'm sorry, Auntie. I didn't mean to color ugly. And they put you in that TV and burned you too? I promised to be a little girl, a good girl, Auntie, so you can come home to me. Don't let that lady burn you no more. That's all I could think. Couldn't say it out loud, because I ain't supposed to know who I am. So I just did all that by myself, because I didn't want that electric cord to get on me. I saw that mean lady be mean to my auntie. They sent me to the mean mommy. They sent you, my auntie, to the mean mommy just like they did to me. I'm sorry I color ugly. I want my real daddy back. He visits me, though. He is dead. They killed him on purpose to be mean to me. What else I'm supposed to think? Well, isn't that what happened to me? Is it not what happened? Then why do I have Glenn and Upshaw bloodlines in my vein? Mary Louise Grant gave birth to the sister grandmothers. One grandmother surnamed Glenn. The other surnamed Upshaw. Michele is descendant of Glenn. Michael Joseph Jackson, my father, is descendant of Upshaw. Both are descendant of Mary Louise Grant. Now, do you know who I am? One more hint. I am firstborn and have been ostracized more than once. You see? Now you know why I know. And that song, too high to get over, too low to get under, you're stuck in the middle. Yah-yah, in the painter's thunder, yah-yah. Took my baby to the doctor with a fever. It was nothing they found. By the time it hit the streets or the internet, they either say nothing or they say she had a breakdown. Drake's over there. Someone's always trying, got my baby crying, hustling, scheming, lying. Say you just want to be starting something. I'm the baby. And I was here, I'm not no invalid. I protects this country with my life. So ain't nothing wrong with me being premature. They say my frontal lobe melted. I say that you're stupid, because you must have forgot. The other dude say women ain't nothing. I said you didn't get drafted yet, sir. That's because we's protecting them seats of this country. And that's why I'm able to sing it out loud. Sing it to the world. Woo-hoo. I know I am someone, and let the truth unfurl. No one can hurt me now, because I know it's true, and I believe in me, because you believe in you. Help me say it. Mama said, Mama saw, Mama co-signed. Is that what happened to you, Beyonce? That's what happened to you, Catherine? That's happened with you, Janet? Is that what happened to you, Michelle? What happened to me and Blue Ivy is we didn't know who we are. And now she's in that doggone bed. Did it hit the streets that she had a breakdown yet? No, it's just hit that they didn't find nothing wrong with her. She's just in there sick. Or maybe she found out she had a fucked up daddy. And now she got a good daddy whose name ain't in the list. And now she feels some sort of way. I said I do. So I know she do. And she's a truth teller. Somebody better put a guard on her, though. Because you're looking at me and they ain't gonna let too many more slip out like I did. You gotta find your own way out, Blue Ivy. You know I send prayers to that baby. Drake, I don't know what they can do to you, but you're a little older than my daddy. So you can do something better than what you're doing and what he did. But he did leave some songs, letters to me. And I shall be studying them. Because I was going to fix this as best I can. Don't let nobody else sell you into the music industry. Not till me and my daddy fix it up. You want to fix it too, Drake? Don't you feel like Michael Jackson right about now? They like to say you like him. Well, that's why. Wonder if Fred Astaire, Sammy Davis did the same thing. Now you see that Jay-Z? He done held two positions. He's a buyer, like them people that interviewed me. And he's a creator. He got another position. Groomer. And another position. Gatekeeper. That's why I say he's smart. He trying to hold too many jobs. He want to be Naomi, Giselle Lane. He want to be the mamas and the daddies. And he want to be that motherfucker like that owner of Whitney. She's another one sold. We don't even know if that's her real mama now, do we? And since we don't know, then it ain't. Just like the daddy ain't real for me and Blue Ivy, the mama ain't real for that one. Yes, I am a product of the music industry, whether I say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you gotta get rid of them Catherines and them Michelles and them Beyonces and now them Janet Amy's. Get rid of them! They're teaching girls to do it. Naomi! Stop messing with my auntie. I'm here. And she got another chance. They can't hurt me, so you stand over here. They can't hurt you. Had you ever thought of that, Janet? That little money you running around here making, can make it work for a lot of females better than it is. You want to be in control? Well, control the change. Don't control the current arrangements. Because this ain't no creature feature no more. I got more story. Telling y'all my name from the 70s. Blue Ivy's taking my spot in that bed. Sick for no reason. Probably got beat within an inch of her life for poison like my brother. And they come on thinking it's Wolf Parkinson's white when it was a poison that makes you do that. I think I was poisoned and beat. I've been poisoned several times. Yeah. That's why they put that Aaliyah in the airplane. She must have been a truth teller. Some of us stand around, not because we that stuck, but because we trying to learn as much as we can before we get fucked up. Now, y'all going homeless. Beyonce, you better hurry up. Because your husband done tracked all the money. You ain't got none. And Blue Ivy, she ain't gonna like you much when she wake up. Because you probably the last person she saw. Because she's scared of Jay-Z now. And she's mad at Drake. And pissed the fuck off at you. You think her heart's gonna harden? So you can use her to get some more kids in? We're gonna see about that. There's quantum leaps going on around here. Did you know that the body, everybody's body got the same ingredients? Maybe we can shoot some ingredients over there, rearrange the chemical compound. Give it a little strength. Drake, she got some of your strength. Why don't you wake it up? Unharden your heart for that, baby. Because Jay-Z done made a mistake, just like Lawrence Cummings made one. I don't know if it's the same one. But they sure had to put the truth teller down that could still be sold. Since I ain't been standing in a sellable position, you can be killed. Put some good guards by Ivy. She need military guards that ain't in it, because see, they jumped on them. Must have some Freemasons in that Air Force that helped my mama get me out when I didn't want to be out. She told a lot of lies back then too to slander me. I've overcome and overcame them. That's why I'm a veteran. That's why I don't mind putting this hat on. And I don't mind working for my country. Because they got smooth criminals that can trick military branches. So you know they tricking you, the consumer. And I'm here. And I'm there. And one day, I'll be everywhere. Just like my daddy. Because we are the world and we are the children who make brighter days. And when you put our records on and that music on, your day brightens up. Now they got a new angel of music, and his name ain't Devil. It's a new bandwagon to get on. It's called Michael Jackson. His name ain't Satan. His name ain't Lucifer. I'm here holding the soul. My daddy is with Jesus. He told me. Jesus told me. So you better get with the new music, Angel, and get off that bandwagon. I'm here to tell you, they can't kill you. They should drink something, swallow something, and it'll shoot you with something. And it's best to die, not the coward. You better ask Aaliyah. Thank you for your service, Aaliyah. In Jesus' name, I pray y'all pay attention. Because there's a whole bunch of more truth tellers out there. This P. Diddy thing got pretty big. And hopefully my family can see me and realize not all of us are related to Michael Jackson. Me, my dead cousin Julian Earl Lanier, and his offspring, not you wives and not you giving birth bitches. It's the kids. And maybe y'all make money if you keep them shut up. And not in college like Jalen. And me. But sometimes you just accidentally smart on accident on purpose. Like my brother. And I see me. Yeah, Jeffrey, that demon dog. Good thing they don't let that bitch work with his whole brain. Because he can read. He got some reading retention that's out of this world. He got that Martin Luther blood in his vein. My mama don't pick no shiny pickles that ain't got nickels in them. Neither did Janet. Neither did Beyonce. Looked like to me, Beyonce daddy looked just like Joe Jackson. Got that same demon in him, got the same features. They must be relatives. I don't know. You better check when I say shit like that. And as far as my alleged that I just said, come get some of this blood. I'm on Ancestry.com related to both the Glens and the Upshaws. Now, how would that be? Imagine that. Okay? Don't bother me. Because we coming out here, me and my daddy. Y'all can't see him? You better look. Oh, I don't talk quiet enough. Because the God, Jesus, the God of the universe, the father of the devil even, told me to go to the military. And now I can talk a little something like this. Hit it! Because my daddy said sing it out loud. Hee hee! He gonna laugh while he's up there in heaven. He laughing at y'all. Let's see how many people I can get to see this. And I got more chances because I got more bullets. Motherfuck y'all. And wake up Blue Ivy. And don't let her go home with her mama. I don't know where it's safe for that baby. She better sleep with one of them NAACP lawyers or something. But they ain't helped no music industry kids yet. So they must be a little paid off. You see my daddy face right there? There's angles to this shit. I know you see my auntie's eyes. Or is she my twin? We won't know till she stopped being a benefactor to the death. Because she don't realize I ain't gonna die. I just might in vitro split multiply. They say that their God I serve make you get younger. So that means I can carry me a little old baby at age 60. And finish breaking this curse because y'all won't get a hold to it. It's gonna be mine. And it ain't gonna be uniformed. And it ain't gonna be pedophiliac. And it ain't gonna be diddied. And if that baby wanna sing, it will. Without the likes of any of y'all. And if my auntie don't help, fuck her. Let me speak to Jaguar.